Hey guys, Chris here. In this video, I'm going to talk about why I'm not selling my Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo yet. Yeah, is that caveat at the end of that sentence, which is really important in today's topic, today's video. I'm going to talk about this more in detail, my thoughts. This is actually a response video to a video I uploaded about 2 weeks ago, which was titled, I'm selling my Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo after only 2 months of ownership, question mark, which got a lot of people really upset and really stirred up. And although I got a lot of, positive comments, I did get a lot of negative comments also. So I want to talk a little bit about that and address that. So guys, if you're new here, my name is Chris. I have this channel dedicated to EVs. I do range tests, charging tests. I go on long road trips with EVs. I'm going to take this car, since I'm not selling it yet, to Iceland this summer. So that's going to be pretty epic. So if you like EV content, please be sure to browse the channel after watching this video. And if you like the videos I have here on the channel, if you like the EV content, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So in that video I uploaded 2 weeks ago, which will be linked in the description box down below, as I said, I got a lot of different responses, and a lot of them actually shocked me. People called me all kinds of things. People called me shallow. People said I don't have any credibility anymore because I'm selling a car after 2 months of ownership. I don't know. This is just really weird comments. People were like saying really weird things. And although I understand that people, people get excited, people do get engaged and maybe invested in the channel and in the cars, at the end of the day, this channel for me is about experiencing as many different cars, as many different EVs as possible, and sharing it with you guys. So that's what I've been doing since day one. This whole channel started 6 years ago when I bought a Volvo XC90. That's probably the car I had the longest on the channel. I had that for 1.5 years, and I exchanged that for another Volvo XC90. I've had Audi A4s, I've had Audi e-tron big e-trons, Audi e-tron GTs. I've changed cars like, I don't know, 6 or 7 times in the past 6 years. So this me changing up cars after not a very long time is nothing new. And why I wanted to sell this car after only 2 months of ownership, and as I'm saying now, I'm not going to do that. Partly also because of, the response of you guys, that a lot of you guys didn't want to see me let go of this car yet, and because of what we have planned, but also there may be a very big financial hit, which I do not want to take. And a lot of people were writing about that and commenting that. And yeah, I mean, I really appreciate that you guys are watching out for me and give me advice. It was just so many negative comments. Somebody even wrote like, I even doubt that he even owns these cars because everything just seems a bit fishy. So you're claiming that I've faked 6 or 7 delivery videos and cars I've featured on the channel for longer periods of time? I don't know, that just doesn't make any sense. So some of these comments were just really weird. It was just interesting reading them. So the thing about me selling this car, first off, was that I actually bought this car after we did a poll here on the channel. And also I spec'd this car more like a car which would be easy to sell, because after I sold my Audi e-tron 55, which I spec'd the way I wanted it, I took a big loss on that car. I almost lost 200,000 kroner, so about 20,000 euros in less than a year, because I spec'd it in a way with a light colored interior, which isn't very popular in secondhand Audi e-tron 55s apparently. So we had to price it aggressively, and we just had to give it to, well, the highest bidder at the time. And it took like 3 months to sell that car. So when I was getting this car, I wanted to, well, spec it easy to sell. And also, this was kind of a gamble, because everybody in Norway were talking about introducing VAT after the 1st of January 2022. We even had, parliament election here, and the party that won, they were running on a campaign to put VAT on EVs. So in Norway, we don't have VAT on EVs at all. And that's one of the reasons why EVs are so popular here, where I mean, like 90% of new cars sold this year are EVs, is because they are cheap relative set to other cars. So buying this car in Norway, no VAT at all. So I ordered this back in August and was supposed to take delivery before New Year's. And what I was hoping is that, they would put VAT on cars, so that means I could drive this car, and then, it would go up in value, or at least the price would go up like 100 or 200,000 kroners, about 10-20,000 euros, meaning I could drive it, I could use it, and I could sell it, hopefully without losing any money at all. That was the plan, but no EVAT was introduced, and now that, there's no elections, there's radio silence on VAT, though there are some signs that VAT may be introduced because Norway have, applied to the European Economic Collaboration about, introducing VAT on cars, but the whole thing is just very, very complicated. I don't think they're going to introduce it on the 1st of January 2023, but if they do, it may make sense for me to order another car now, take delivery of that car before New Year's, and then keep this until January and then put it up for sale. The same which I was planning to do, well, earlier this year. So that's, kind of the logic behind that. Because, of course, if I sell this car now and then I get into a Porsche Taycan 4S, this is a 4S with a little bit more equipment. I was out at Porsche earlier this week or last week and spec'd the car. It's about 200,000 kroners, 20,000 euros more expensive than this. And I'm going to take a loss of about 100,000 kroners, about 10,000 euros. So that's a price difference of 30,000 euros, 300,000 kroners, which I'm going to have to pay for. It's not a loss because it's just, the difference between me taking the loss and getting into a new car. But I started thinking, I'm like, do I really want to do that for a car that's basically going to, it's going to have a little bit more equipment. It's going to be a little bit faster. Yeah, I don't know. But it may still make sense to me to order the car. And then, if we're not going to see any VAT towards the end of the year, I just canceled the order. So I may have an option to order a car with delivery around New Year's and then opt out of it before they put it into production. So that's kind of the logic around that and getting rid of this car because, I love this car to death. This is probably the best car, best EV I've had ever. But because I had an Audi e-tron GT before this is about a second slower from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. And people were also writing, was this obsession with, acceleration times and top speed and things like that? Well, acceleration for a few things. Here in Norway, except for around the big cities, traveling between the big cities are 2-lane roads and often across mountain passes. So having that passing power to go quickly past, trucks and cars and especially caravans in the summer, now that COVID's, hopefully is over, there's going to be a lot of traffic. So having that extra power to get quickly past, to pass is really essential. And also I plan on taking, which I've done, last year with all of these EVs on long trips through Europe. And one of the joys of driving a car is driving it fast on the Autobahn. If you saw my video with my Audi e-tron GT where I drove from Munich to Hamburg in one go, 7 hours with 3 charging stops, I was going VMAX all the way. I want to do those things because there are not a lot of channels here on YouTube, do long travels like that, going VMAX on with EVs. So I'll get to experience something unique. You guys will get, unique content. And I like fast cars and I like going fast. Like, you can call that shallow or not, but that's, just what I like and prefer. And also, since I started this channel, all of my cars have been, premium or luxury cars. All these cars have cost like a million kroners plus, 100,000 euros plus. So, at this point, when you're buying a car, it's not so much about logic and specs and stats. It's a lot about emotions, how the car makes you feel, what the materials feels like. It's a very different experience than buying a car at, 30,000 euros or 50,000 euros. That's just the way it is. And I do understand if people may not be able to relate to that, but that's what this channel's been since day one, since the very first video, guys. This car, my ownership experiences has been about, premium or luxury vehicles. That's what I like. Of course, the cars I do test are a whole bunch of different cars, but I tend to, gravitate towards premium and luxury cars here on the channel. So that's just what this channel is about. And if that's something you don't like or don't, can't relate to, I totally understand that. Of course, I do like people coming here to the channel, watching, subscribing, and liking. But if you're looking for, a channel where we're going to focus on ID3 ownership or cheap EVs, this just isn't the place. And to think anything else, I don't know why anybody would think that here on the channel with the cars I feature, the cars I've owned. So that's a bit of a puzzle for me. So I have a lot of cars, as I said, that I want to buy. So I was out at Land Rover the other day, and because I spec the new Range Rover, which I've always wanted a Range Rover, but it's only available now with the hybrid. But in 2024, it's going to be available as an all-electric version. So I have been put on a list where they're just going to order a car when the slot opens for the electric version. That may be as early as the fall of 2023, because Now the Range Rover came out, is coming out now in 2022, but they opened the order books in the fall of last year when they revealed the car. So I'm really hoping that maybe around 2 years from now, I can have the new Range Rover. So these are the cars I really, are looking forward to. You have the new Volvo XC90, or the big electric Volvo SUV. I hadn't had an SUV here on the channel since last fall. I love SUVs. So there are a lot of cars I want to buy and experience here on the channel and share with you guys. And me buying these cars makes me able to, go on these long road trips and do things that, I'm not able to do with, just borrowing the cars from the manufacturer as press cars at a week at a time. So as things are now, I'm planning on having this car at least till after the summer, probably through the fall, and most likely at least a year after I bought it. So until February 2023. And we'll just have to see what cars are available then. As I said, I really do want to get an Audi RS e-tron GT, because the Audi e-tron GT is one of the most emotional cars I've ever had. It just made me feel special driving it around. And again, people may think it's shallow or whatever you want to call it, buying a car that makes you feel something. But in my opinion, that's a real big deal of, spending a lot of money on a car, because at the end of the day, this is not a cheap car. And I'm not rich. I just work really hard here on the channel and with my job to be able to afford these cars. And at the end of the day, you guys are getting the videos, you are getting the free content. I'm the one who's taking the financial hit. And yes, it's voluntarily, but this is the reason why I do YouTube, to be able to drive and buy these cars I want. I've been a car nerd since I was a little kid, guys. I've been into cars all the time, and being able to sit here in my own Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo really is a dream come true. And a lot of it is thanks to you guys, because around a year ago when they launched this car, I thought maybe within like 2 years I would be able to afford this. But because of how well the channel's been going, you guys watching the videos, you guys subscribing, you guys liking the videos, it's really thanks to you guys. And I know the past few months after my surgery, I've been only pumping out like 1 or 2 videos a week, but I promise you guys, when we get to the summer, when I'm fully rehabilitated, I'm going to push out, the 4, 5, 6, 7 videos a week, and just push out the content and get, the channel up to where it was before. But yeah, it's really thanks to you guys that I've been able to, do this, even though, again, I'm taking the financial hit. I could spend the money otherwise, but why work hard and have a YouTube channel about EVs and not, buy nice EVs? That's kind of the point why I'm doing this. So guys, let me know down below, is there a premium luxury EV that you guys are looking forward to, that you want me to feature on the channel? So this is a short run through. I want to do the RS e-tron GT. I want to get one like of those at one point in time. I probably want to do another Taycan Cross Turismo, maybe a Forest, maybe a turbo, but a turbo is just super expensive. I was going to spec a GTS, a Sport Turismo, but there are no allocations left at all for those. So I asked him, he said, no allocations, so I'm not able to get that car, because that was like kind of a sweet spot, a little bit more expensive than a 4S, but much faster. So it's in between the 4S and that turbo. And also the big Range Rover, Volvo electric, and also Polestar 3 hopefully will be revealed soon. That's a car I'm also gonna be really interested in getting. So let me know, are there any cars down below, guys, that you guys want me to, well, look at getting in the future? So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.